Dear friends, you're very welcome to our little garden here at St. Clement's, where we celebrate the garden mass. Behind the camera, as always, is Alessandro, our producer, and Alessandro said, would I say something about my new diary? Well, I'm not going to say anything awful about it. I think it's a wonderful production. And I've chosen 12 classical, beautiful paintings for reflections on the 12 months of the year. Most of them are scenes from the Gospel, but the first one is not. The first one is The Marriage of the Virgin, which I love, by Raphael, painted in 1504. It's a story that's not obviously in any of the Gospels. It's in a Gospel called the Proto-Evangelium of James, which dates to the 2nd century. And it tells this story, which was very popular with classical painters, where Mary was dedicated in the temple, and when she comes of age, she can no longer stay there. So the chief priest, the high priest, advertises the fact that Mary is available and all the young suitors should come and see if they could win her hand, including Joseph. They all have rods, and the rod that flowers is the one. And in the painting there, you can see that Joseph's rod has flowered, and all the poor other suitors, one is breaking one on his knee. And Raphael is clearly indicating to us that this is a marriage made in heaven, and we are witnesses to it. The second one I want to show you is Salvador Dalí's famous Christ of St. John of the Cross, which he painted in 1951. He was influenced by a tiny little sketch made by St. John of the Cross of the Crucifixion, but instead of looking up at Christ, you look down almost from heaven upon this suffering figure. In Dali's painting, it's not a suffering figure. There are no wounds, there's no crown of thorns, there's no blood. This is an eternal Christ looking down sympathetically on the earth, who will always be known as the crucified. It's very beautiful and bears much time for meditation. And finally, the final image I would like to share from the diary is Simone Martini's Christ Discovered in the Temple. What I love about his painting is his unique eye on the conflict. Most painters have painted the lovely scene where Jesus is the wise one teaching all the priests and the elders in the temple. Simone Martini, on the other hand, focuses utterly on the conflict. Mary is seated. Joseph is saying to Jesus, have you got any idea what hurt we've been through? And the child looks stubbornly at Mary. This is interesting. Thanks to Luke and Simone Martini, we have an extraordinary insight into the Holy Family, that it's not immune to disagreement, to different ways of looking. Choices that people make in their family can hurt other members of the family, not because they want to, but that's because of the outcome. It's a very realistic, beautiful painting of a family in real conflict. So for the 12 months, I've chosen a painting each. Most of them are fairly classical, and it's been a great pleasure writing about them, about an essay of 800 words each. And I asked very skilled artist, Father Patrick van der Vost, who before he became a priest was a director of Sotheby's Europe. He's an art critic, so he very kindly wrote the prologue. And he said, let this diary be not just a tool to mark our days, but a companion on our Christian journey, leading us ever closer to the God who is himself the source of all beauty. Thank you very much, dear friends, and I hope you enjoy it.